Brexit. Anne Widdecombe argued the EU would come back to the UK to strike a trade deal even if Britain ends the transition period on WTO rules at the end of the year. Former Brexit Party MEP Anne Widdecombe insisted the EU would be desperate to trade with the UK on favourable terms. During an interview with Express, Ms. Widdecombe said the EU would come back to the negotiating table even after the UK cut ties with the bloc under World Trade Organization (WTO) rules. She insisted her confidence was because the EU wants to export many products to the UK. Not only do they want to export to the UK, but they would also like to do so on terms more economically favourable than WTO rules. Ms. Widdecombe remarked how a no-deal Brexit situation could impact the EU. She said, "How will the EU react if we go to WTO terms? Well, first of all I wish we did that in June. I wish in June we had said that is enough, we are not getting anywhere, because that would have given the EU 6 months to move and get a reaction together. We are currently cutting it very fine and the EU is hoping that may deter us from doing it. If businesses have reacted as they should, then they should have already been preparing for WTO. It would simply mean trading with the EU on a different set of terms for, what I suspect, a very limited amount of time. I think the EU will come around very quickly." Mr. Widdecombe insisted the EU was desperate to export to the UK despite their firm stance in the Brexit trade talks. She added, "The EU wants to export to us and sell us German cars, French wine and Italian spaghetti. They want to keep exporting to us and they want to do so on favourable terms, not WTO. I suspect that if the EU realizes that we are serious, they are going to make a pretty strong effort to get something together quickly." Despite her confidence the EU would sort a deal at the last minute, she explained why the UK would still get a deal if we left under WTO rules. She said, "We could be going on WTO terms and I would welcome it for this reason. We would be completely sovereign state and we would be able to negotiate with the EU from scratch as a sovereign state. If we are completely sovereign, which the EU still has difficulty recognizing, then I think we would come to an agreement pretty quickly."